Well, in just a few hours, the prosecution will resume presenting closing arguments in the R. Kelly sex trafficking and racketeering trial. It's been expected after some 45 witnesses. The defense put on 5 to 6. R. Kelly did not take the witness stand. It was contemplated, but most experts believe that he should not do that, that would leave him in even more legal peril. But attorneys wrapped up his defense yesterday. And now senior trial counsel and criminal defense attorney Bernarda Villalona is our next guest. She's also served as a former prosecutor in Brooklyn, where this trial is being held. Good morning to you, Bernarda. We appreciate you coming on. Good morning. R. Kelly spoke briefly in court, saying, "No, ma'am," when asked if he was certain he didn't want to testify. Did the defense make the right call by not putting him on the stand?
Absolutely. If R. Kelly would have testified, it would have been complete suicide, because the thing is that R. Kelly has been engaging allegedly in these acts for decades, and it would have opened him up to be cross-examined about so many things that he's charged with, not charged with, and also cross-examined about things that the world hasn't heard about yet.
All right, so definitely that's a treasure trove that the defense did not want to open up. No cameras in the courtroom for this trial, but you've been on the inside. You have during your career. How has he reacted throughout all of the graphic accusations, the sexual, the physical abuse? I'm so curious about that. What was he doing during that testimony?
So normally what he does is that, one, he has a mask on. He also has glasses on. So he's usually always looking down. It's been very rare where he has reacted to anyone testifying. I believe the only time I've seen him react is when he had like a longtime employee who was testifying, and it was almost like a shrug of the shoulders that he gave. But even yesterday, during the closing argument of the prosecutor for 3.5 hours, he had no reaction. I had to take another look at him to see if he was sleeping.
Oh, wow. And is that something you expected? Because, again, you're a veteran inside this very courtroom you've been. Is that a surprise to you that, given the graphic nature and the accusations that are laying at his feet, that there was no reaction? Or as an attorney, that's the instruction you would have given him?
I'm not surprised that he didn't have a reaction. And as if I were his attorney, I would give him that instruction, like, you are not to make any sounds. You are not to make any facial expressions. You are not to move around in your chair. You are to either look down and make believe you're writing something, but you are to say nothing. What does help him is that he's wearing a mask. So if he is making facial expressions, you can't see it. Because remember, when you're in the courtroom, the jurors, all they are doing is looking, and they want to see every little thing that the attorney who's asking a question, the witness that's on the stand, and the defendant are doing at all times.
Hey, Bernarda, you seem tough to me. If I were your client, you gave me that instruction, I'm pretty sure I'd do exactly what you said. Okay, we got it. What about the witnesses and the jury? Also curious because, you know, many in the other room watching via camera were not able to ever see this jury. Did they react to any of the witnesses on the stand more than others?
So it's different how they set it up because of COVID. So actually no one can see the jury, because the way they set up the courtroom is that the jury is not sitting in the jury box. The jury is sitting in the audience, and they're spread out. Who's in the jury box is the actual witness. So the witness is testifying not from the witness box, from the jury box, and then you have the jury inside of the audience. And just to think that this is a different type of trial because these jurors are anonymous. What do I mean by that? Is that the names have not been disclosed to the attorneys or to the public of who are the sitting jurors in this case.
And remind us why. Why is that? Threats or another reason?
So many reasons. One, the judge wants to prevent that there's any contact with the jury while the trial is going on. The judge also wants to prevent that anyone tries to approach them on the street or as they're going inside of the courtroom. Also, you know, natural instinct will want you to do research on these jurors. You know, there's social media as the trial is going on to keep a watch on them. But more importantly is that the judge wants to make sure that there are no threats, there's no type of of bribery of these jurors while the trial is going on, because we are dealing with a high-profile case, and you just never
Yeah.
know what can happen.
Yeah, in other state trials, there were allegations that perhaps R. Kelly may have gotten to some witnesses, their parents, those allegations anyway. You've been on both sides of the courtroom, as we said. While the prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, and I think we can agree on that, the defense only needs one juror, one of these jurors to side with them and hold this whole case up, and there won't be a conviction. Whose case is stronger?
Well, definitely. Of course, the defendant has no burden. They don't have to put up any witnesses, but they did. They put on 5 witnesses. And to sum it up, of the 5 witnesses, what they said was like, I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. R. Kelly can do no wrong. But the prosecution in this case, that makes it different from the state court case when he was acquitted, they stacked the case against R. Kelly. Here in this case, you have 6 victims, 6 Jane Does named in the indictment. Aside from those 6 Jane Does, you had uncharged other victims, male and female, who also made allegations that were similar in theme about, look, R. Kelly was controlling. He was manipulative. You couldn't move around without his permission. You had to abide by his rules. You couldn't look up. You couldn't have contact with another male. You had to wear baggy clothes. It was R. Kelly's way, or you may just receive a spanking if you disobeyed the R.
Sound like a closing argument you just gave. Sound like you for the prosecution. That's just right off the top of your head. If I ever get in trouble, I don't plan on it in New York, I know who I'm going to call. Attorney Bernarda Villalona, thank you so much for your insight, because to have your eyes, your ears inside that courtroom, very valuable to us. We appreciate you.